So yeah, grill's chrome. I'm not particularly fond of chrome, so we're going to make the chrome disappear today, but we're not going to do it in a way that I've gotten used to, which is blast dip or having to repaint the whole thing. We're going to use something new, something I found through one of my many divergent travels down the internet, which is an overlay for the chrome pieces of this grill. So I'll tell you what, it's probably going to be easier for me to show it to you rather than it is to explain it. So let's go look at the product that we're going to put on today. And here it is already. You probably didn't even realize it, but just like that, I've changed the whole lower part of this thing to gloss black. And how did I do that? Well, simple. I didn't actually install it, I just kind of propped it up in here. But this is from a company called Trim Illusions. Yeah, didn't even know it existed. So before I get started, how much did this cost me? Versus just, maybe using a rattle can or potentially some plastic dip. Way more expensive. So $230 is what I paid for this whole kit. It actually includes the bottom valance, 2 covers for the top here, and then there's another piece that goes up here. And if you look at it, it just snaps into place. We've just got these little tiny snaps that'll kind of lip under here and hold on, and just to make sure it doesn't come off, it's got some double-sided tape. Guessing 3M, but I don't know. And it's as simple as that. It literally just overlays what's already there, snaps into place, covers everything up. Pretty elegant solution to not having to go out and buy a factory black grill, which is pretty expensive. I think the last time I looked, they were like $700. So seems pretty easy to install. The company says there's a very specific way to do it to make sure that everything sticks. So obviously we've got to dry this thing off a little bit because it was raining last night when we came home. Then we're going to go ahead and wipe this thing down with some isopropyl alcohol, just in the areas that we need to have the adhesive stick. And then they send you a couple tubes of activator, which I don't really know what that is, but it's supposed to help things stick. And it's only going to go right here on the edges. There's not much double-sided tape for this, which is good because that means if you ever got to remove it, it's not going to fight you too bad. It should be removable. That's the whole thought process behind it, but we'll see. I'll take you through the steps. They recommend that it's, I think, above 50-some degrees when you do that. We're probably right on the cusp of that. Had some rain come through yesterday, and it's still a little chilly. It's definitely breezy. You can probably hear the leaves rustling in the background. But we'll give it a whirl, so I think what I'll start with, drying this off and getting it all cleaned up so we have a nice clean surface for it to stick to. Anyway, but before I get that far, again, it's a company called Trim Illusions. You can find them online. They make a whole bunch of different kits for different cars. I just chose this because I've never seen anything else like it before. Now, full disclosure, I did not actually buy this directly from Trim Illusions, although you can. They have a website. Go to it. You'll find it. I got this from GR1 Performance, which I think they're out of Arizona. But come to find out, all they really do is just drop ship it from Trim Illusions, because this arrived in a day after ordering it, because it's coming from pretty close to where I live, probably about an hour away. But why did I order it from GR1 Performance? Because it was a $20 off coupon on their website. So I got it for $230. Usually it's $250. So listen, I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. I just wanted to save some money. But either way, and there's a couple other companies that are also carrying this product for the same price, $250-some. So that's for this one. Who knows what your car might cost? But seemed pretty cool. Let's check it out. Alright, let's see how it goes. Peel the tape off. Probably better doing this down here. Yeah, and I didn't make it real hot, I just warm enough, you know. The tape will set up, especially since this thing's black. But why take the chance? Alright, let's get her lined up. Wow. You can hear the snaps, so that's a good sound. We want to put some firm pressure right where the adhesive is for a few seconds. Really get that thing to stick. Nothing like 190 pounds of dude leaning against it. I think that'll do it. Yeah, she's on there pretty good. Already pretty dramatic transformation, right? So here's the 360 camera, or at least the front part of the 360 camera. Slides in right underneath of that, doesn't even interfere with it. This next one, on the other hand, I'm a little curious about because it is two-piece, so it'll be seamed right here and right here. It's designed to cut around the 360 cam, but I just worry there may be a little bit of chrome shining through the seam here. So what I do have is I have some black vinyl wrap left over from another project. We'll test fit this real quick and see what it looks like, and then maybe put a little piece of black vinyl here just to cover up any gap that there may be. It didn't come with that. I understand that that's a possibility on some kits. I don't want to get this thing into position and then have it not fit correctly. Okay, one thing I noticed, so this is the part that goes across here. Way more double stick tape, so way more of a pain in the ass to remove all of these pieces of backing, but that means we're going to have to wipe the whole thing down. We're going to have to put activator over the whole thing. We're going to have to heat the whole thing up. But as you can see, it's two pieces. So I believe this is the right, or the driver's side piece, yeah. And I guess the concept is we're not going to put this thing on too much. But yeah, if you look at that, I'm actually probably going to have to, we'll see. We'll see if this interferes with the 360 camera. But we're going to have to be real careful when we put this on because, yeah, it kind of goes over. And I think we are going to use that vinyl right here. It should be something simple that we can put on pretty quickly. I'll just put a piece here and a piece here. That way there's no chance of it showing through, at least not until you get really up close on it. But so far, I kind of like what I'm seeing. Yeah, that's going to look good. All right, let's pop this off and get to it. Alright, you can see here that I've actually gone ahead and done the vinyl just a little bit right here and right here. We'll cover in between the seam here. I've already gone ahead and taken off all the tape, or at least the backing for the tape, just because I didn't want to sit here and do that on video. I've wiped it all down with the alcohol. I've wiped it all down with the activator. We're going to go ahead and put a little heat on it now just to warm things up and get it all nice and tacky. You know what? I'm looking at this, and yeah, I wiped this down, but I didn't get on top here. I think I better do that before I put this thing on. And there you go. Simple as that. Now, it didn't take me too long. Probably took me about 45 minutes because I was taking my time. But completely changes the front end of the vehicle. Of course, now that I've done this, I'm starting to see all the other things I want to do. Like down here, there's this lower valance. It's got chrome on it that I think I'm probably going to vinyl wrap, but I don't have enough to do that. Yeah, it's a thing for another day, but baby steps. This looks really good, and it went on very easy. There's one spot that I'm not incredibly happy with, and that's going to be over on this headlight over here. You can see it's a little bit loose. I think we need a little bit more tape behind that. The rest is adhered pretty well. This one's got so much tape on it because there are no clips behind there that snap it on. This one literally is just adhesive to the front. Good news is that if it ever starts to become loose, that 3M adhesive tape is pretty readily available. You take it off, clean it, put it back on, right? So we'll see how that other side does, if it starts flapping in the wind a little, because it's on there, it's just not, it's not where I want it. We'll see. I might have to actually pull this thing off and put a little bit more tape behind it. I don't know yet. That's a thing for another day once we start driving this thing. Hopefully it doesn't fly off coming down the highway. But now, it's stuck on pretty good. All in all, I'd say it's a win. I recommend it for ease of use. This grille's pretty complicated, like many cars today, so the fact that this just kind of lays right over top of it, you don't have to mess with any paint or anything else like that, any plastic dip, and you screw it up, you got to start over. It's $230 well spent, completely changes the front of the vehicle. So I think that's a value. We'll see how it holds up over time, but I'm happy with it. That's going to do it. This is a pretty short one, pretty short and easy install. Weren't too many videos out there on it for the 2022 Suburban or the 21 to 23, 24 Suburban. Because that's really what it is, that body style. I understand they're changing in 25, so probably won't work for that when we get to that model year. But yeah, thought I'd give it a try. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. You stay classy, and I'll catch you later.